Welcome to the show.
This guy got a mistletoe belt on.
Gosh, that was bad.
The whole plane smells like weed.
Those were the days. It's a joke, you idiot.
Looked in the mirror, I'm like,
Good old innocent fun. Welcome back, everybody, to Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. I'm your host, Krasinski, coming to you from a beautiful day in Brooklyn. The candles are lit. We're here and we're ready to have a good time. With me, as always, to my left and your right is my wonderful co-host, simpatico, the big dog, Ray Zawodni, everybody.
I like this big dog nickname that I've got.
Dude, I always call you the big dog.
The big dog. I love the big dog. The great thing about the big dog and DK is you can find us on the Troublemakers podcast every single Wednesday on Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, clips on Instagram, everywhere where you stream your favorite podcast. And if you're on Spotify listening to us, you're laughing your ass off, why don't you give us a rating and review right there? Five stars. Give us 5 stars. We'd love to get that 5-star rating and leave a little review. Say that I'm cute or something.
It's the best, dude.
And
let's just get right into it.
We have a very special guest, good friend of ours, new to the podcast.
Mm-hmm. First time guest.
Yeah. Jess Levin, everybody.
Give it up for her.
Yay.
One time I'm going to fucking hit that right one.
You hit the wrong button every time.
Well, we
Yellow
try.
is the people clapping. Jess, thank you so much for coming out.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for coming on. Happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
I mean, you were about 30 minutes late, but, here we go.
Okay, you want to go there?
Listen, we say 12 o'clock. You get here at 12:35, but here we are.
Dude, first off, you live in the boonies, bro. We must be in Staten Island. It's, insane.
It's Brooklyn.
And
it's off the L.
Yeah,
very easy to get here.
No, it's not. There's not easy. From Queens.
I don't know why you drove.
It's not.
Yeah, from Queens,
why am I drive for
tough.
an hour? Ray, did you drive?
Yeah, I drove because it's like an hour and a half train ride.
Exactly. By Moose and shit. And there's no, what's the closest train station? How far the walk?
How far the walk? From here?
Yeah.
A minute. It's up around the corner.
Which one? The
L, the Wilson L.
Oh, that's a very dependable train.
It's great. It's better than the NW.
Dude, I don't live in Astoria. I'm not a schmuck. I live on Sunnyside. Thank you very much.
Hey, I don't know why I'm catching shrapnel here.
Gotta live in Astoria,
no,
baby.
The 7 train, baby. That's anything off the 7 train. Okay, thank you.
Oof, that's unreliable. All right, well, hey.
You don't have no idea what you're talking about. You have an A's hat, by the way. I'm looking at why am I having an Oakland A's? Are you an Oakland A's fan?
No, I'm a Mets fan.
Then why do you have an Oakland A's hat?
Because it goes with
the
Mets,
shoes. Baby. Because you
Goes with
just
the shoes, exactly.
Where's it for style?
Yeah, that's the same thing. You just
all right,
buy
let's
hats,
do this with
buy
love.
clothes.
Okay, we're done ragging on each other. Your hair looks great. Let's go.
It does look. I asked you if you got a haircut.
I did get a haircut.
And I'm mad that you didn't get the memo that we're dressing like Run DMC today.
Yeah, exactly.
Adidas.
Yeah, we got our tracksuits
dude.
on. We look
you went with the navy blue. I like that.
I know. We look like a couple of Italians.
Oh yeah, man. Let's put the gold chain on and collect some money, buddy.
And sit outside of a deli and just
exactly.
Drink coffee and talk shit
with a pinky ring.
Oh.
That's it.
Gabagool.
Gabagool, I would say with bookies, but that's now not, now everyone can do that. It's lame.
There's no bookies anymore.
I know, it sucks. I don't like how it's safe for everyone to bet, because not everyone should bet.
No, nobody should bet. You could bet from your phone. I used to
it's too easy.
I've been talking about gambling a lot on the podcast,
yeah.
But I liked the idea of calling or texting in my bets to a bookie, and then at the end of the week he would show me a text message of a yellow legal pad with all my plus and minus of all my bets.
Right.
And then he was like, all right, you won this week or you lost this week. One of us has to leave an envelope at the pool hall.
Right. But that's kind of cool, right? And it's alluring. And it's almost will I get jumped? Will I get murdered? You know what I mean? There's it's like drug dealing. Now it's so easy.
I know.
Back in the day, it was just I might get chopped up in little bitty pieces, but that's what made it fun.
Well, weed sucks now.
Weed does not suck now. Weed
How
is
would you
actually
know?
really good.
How would you know if how would you trust your bookie to pay you?
You just have to have a trustworthy bookie.
Yeah.
That's
the beauty part about another thing.
It's
like the beautiful relationship you have with your bookie.
I mean, I've stiffed a bookie before.
Man. Really?
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What kind of
How
bookie?
much?
Like a couple $100, like $150, something like that.
How'd you stiff him?
I just didn't pay
him? And he didn't do anything?
You can't do anything
What a lame
anymore.
bookie, bro.
Like my grandfather was a bookie, and he said what they would do because he was dealing with big money stuff.
Yeah.
Is what he said he would do is he'd send a monster if there was an issue.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, he had a couple guys that he was friends with.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what should have happened.
And they just send him?
Yeah.
Did your grandfather say what they would do?
He said usually you only had to threaten the monster, like threaten them with the monster.
Yeah. And then that was enough.
Yeah, that was enough.
I like it.
Wow.
That's like some
It's
Quentin
just one guy in the
Tarantino shit.
neighborhood. One guy in the neighborhood's like, oh yeah, that guy ripped my fingernails off 10 years ago. I never forget.
That's
Yeah.
And then that just story builds and builds and builds.
That's the way to do it, dude. That is smart. You know, your grandfather was a smart guy.
What's are you a gambler? What's your big vice, Jess?
Drinking and no, I'll pull Brandon Barrera. I'll be like loving too much. I think that's my biggest vice.
I love that's making the round.
Loving
It's so good.
too much. And I was just talking to him too. He's like, I love to drink. I love to drink. And so anyways, when he asked that question, I was like, oh, he's gonna say drinking, and he's like, I like to say traveling.
Oh yeah, God
Fucking
damn.
Anthony Bourdain, fucking shut the fuck up.
Episode 65, give it a listen.
Yeah, give it a
if you're
listen. It was
listening now.
funny. I
Great
laughed.
episode about running with the bulls. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah. All right. You don't have to fucking upstage me. You know what I mean? I've had some good runs here. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. I've run some bulls. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna say? I would say alcohol, drugs. I get both. Yeah.
You're a big drug person?
I loved blow back in the day. I had a lot of fun with that.
Do you still do it?
No, I don't. Not so much anymore, man. Because you know what it is like? It's like, I'm getting to that Chris Farley stage of life. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna like one more line. I pushed it to the max.
Yeah, you can age out of cocaine.
You can age out of cocaine. That's when they die. You notice that? It's like they hit 50 and it's like, my buddy keeps saying, it's like, Levin, whatever you do, over 50, do not touch the shit anymore, okay? Because now it's like one of those, someone has it, maybe, but I'm not like looking for it at all.
No, well, you can't because then like
You're like, I don't do it anymore.
Well,
what if someone has
listen,
it?
I can't. It's like getting a drink ticket. I can't you know what I mean?
I'm not here to drink, but if you give it to me for free, I'm gonna have a sip.
It's like, yeah, I'm getting paid. You know what I mean? That's just like free stuff. I can't pass that.
I haven't been drinking lately, and there's nothing more miserable than when you get a drink ticket at a show and you have to give it away to somebody.
Yeah.
I did it for. I didn't drink for 2 months. 2 months and like 5 days. And it was
boring.
great. Yeah, I don't know. I felt really good. I needed it though. I needed a break. I needed to dry out.
Are you a blackout?
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Forget about it. Yeah.
What's the worst thing you've ever found out you've done?
Oh, I don't know if should I say it? I guess so.
Yeah, that's what the pod is.
Yeah. Let's talk about some trouble, Jess.
I mean,
I know it is,
even if we
but,
go
like,
back a little bit, we just go statute of limitation stuff.
Is
You know,
it? Yeah,
just
you're a
beyond.
lawyer.
Yeah, I mean, usually it's like
It varies on state though, right?
7 to 8 years is statute of limitation. Sometimes up to 15, unless you murdered someone, and
I
that's
didn't murder.
zero
There's
statute
zero.
of limitation.
There's no murder, I don't think.
No limit.
What?
Yeah, if you murder someone, there's zero statute.
20 years after a murder, you should be good.
Yeah, I mean,
I won't-
listen, pitch it. You should run on that.
I won't.
You might win in New York. Seriously.
Anyone can win anywhere now. Who gives a shit? I won't say where, but okay. One of the major ones was my birthday, and it's always a heartbreak that does it. I'm just like, fuck it.
Oh, drinking when you're in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and this one, it's heartbreak. That's what causes me to go over the edge. Like, just like some fucking dude being a douchebag. And I'm not blaming him. It's my fault. I allowed you into my life, so it's my fault. So my birthday, I will not say where, but I got shit-faced. I went to a Medeski Martin Wood concert and bombed out of my mind, and I don't remember leaving the venue. The next thing I know, I woke up at a friend's house with one ticket in one pocket and another ticket in another pocket, passed out on a chair.
Like tickets from the police?
Yes.
What were they for? Dude, she doesn't even want. I like how you're like, this is a bad one, and you're like, yeah, one time I got blackout and woke up somewhere, and you think we're gonna let that lie?
Yeah, I know.
Public urination?
No.
Okay. I mean, that would be pretty good.
It was a driving incident, and the other one was having possession of weed.
You got a ticket for drunk driving?
Not drunk driving, no. Just driving, car. I can't. I was going I can't talk about it. It was bad. That was bad. I'll give you the second one. That was bad. And then the dude, that was bad. It was really bad. It was not a fun one. It was sorry.
Were you blowing someone in a car?
No, I just got in a car and bad things happened. And then
Did you hit someone?
No, I didn't hit anyone.
Was it a cop car?
No.
Was it not your car?
It was not. No, it was my car. It was whatever. It was a car accident.
Okay.
So
Someone die?
No one died.
Okay.
No one died.
She's not going to tell you. There's no statute of limitations on
that,
murder.
but I didn't kill
idiot.
anyone. I didn't kill anyone. I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone. But I can't tell this story. You're gonna have to delete this one. I'm not gonna tell this story.
Oh my
I can't.
God.
I'll tell you off the air. I
Okay.
can't tell you.
Yeah.
But it was really fucked up. Sorry. It was not. I'm sorry, audience. Not gonna fucking tell you. You're gonna have to fucking get me drunk at a bar.
What's the next story?
All right. The next story. There's so many of them. I blacked out all the time for a long time, dude. That was my MO.
When was your
out.
what was your like big drinking time? Like what years are we talking
So
here?
we're talking maybe from 18 to 32.
Okay.
That was a lot of drinking.
It's an adult life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was to full on.
Yeah.
Like a lot of drinking.
How did you get started into when did you start drinking?
I'll say 17. I started.
Late. That's me too. I was like 17, 18.
Yeah. I mean, I had a drink or two when I was younger.
Yeah.
But like going fucking balls to the wall.
Senior year,
17 on.
going into college.
Yeah,
That's like
me
when
too.
I started
That
drinking.
was like, that was a good time then. And then, yeah, I'm sorry, there's a lot of blackouts. I've had a lot of blackouts. I've blacked out in almost every state. Like, I've done a lot. Like, I was working on,
Dude, I
I'll
haven't
give you
even
one.
been to every
I
state.
like almost in every state. I was working on a movie in Nebraska. I'll give you this one. This is a
Yeah.
good one. So I'm working on a movie in Nebraska. I can't remember the actor's name. And it was the crew party. We're in the middle of nowhere, Nebraska. We're working on this shitty film with this stupid director who I don't give a shit. He's still around. I don't care. I don't even remember. Oh, Matt Sobel. I'll say his name. I don't care.
Fuck you, Matt Sobel.
He's got a movie on Amazon. It's shit. Anyway, so I did a movie of his in the middle of nowhere, Nebraska. And it was uncool. Like, it was a town filled. It was Loop City, Nebraska. There's like maybe, I don't know, 300 people there. It's fucking small. We were there. We were working with a bunch of people from Philly too, because I knew a lot of the crew members from Philly, and we all worked. We went into the middle of nowhere and we stayed on this farm and we shot a movie there. And the town is so small. We're at this diner and the kid was like, "Yo, can I get, instead of American cheese, can you put some, provolone on it?" And the woman called 2 stores down. We went down 2 stores. She's like, y'all those people that ordered that sandwich that didn't want the American cheese. You wanted the provolone. That's how small this and the
Wow.
hardware store was like where you bought clothes. It was literally like going into fucking the 1950s. Dude.
That's actually awesome.
It was awesome.
That's how people
dude, I
should
got to
live.
tell you, the best, no. The
Oh,
best,
yeah, dude.
no, I'm sure black people would agree with that. Then of course there was
What,
like
a community of people gathering together and helping each other
Dude,
out.
I don't want you knowing me like that. No, mind your business. Like,
Great.
Shut up.
It's the most fucking New York person thing to ever say. I don't want everybody knowing me. Mind your fucking business, okay?
Same, dude. I was like, I want a sandwich. Shut the fuck up. Whatever. Nice people. Nice people, though. Like, and I gotta tell you, the best steak I've ever had in my entire life. There was a bar restaurant connected to the hotel, and it was just like a little like dive bar. Best steak you'll ever get, because it's all like you're surrounded by cattle. It was like whatever. So anyway, we partied there. My buddy, who is a con artist, I'm not friends with him anymore, but he had a gambling addiction and he was stealing shit from the actors. And he ended
Way
up
to go out.
sleeping with one of the towns, like he was in a band. Like there are people that wear all the rhinestone jeans. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
man? And then they listen to country music, that shit that's just like, I got my girl and I'm looking at her,
Yeah.
that kind of shit. And the lead singer of this band that was in the town, my buddy slept with his wife. It was insane. So we're carnival fucking carnies, like film TV people.
Yeah.
We're not upstanding individuals, all of us. Like, it's just not. So we go in this town, we're partying. So it's the rap party. I'm supposed to drive. I think it was Josh Hamilton. Is that his name? He's a great guy, nicest guy on the planet. I was supposed to drive him to the airport the next night. Mm-hmm. We're having a rap party. We're having fun. My best friend, he's the line producer. He's an awesome dude. We're shared the room together, and we're about to go to bed. And the sound guy pops in with that kid, the second AD that was banging whatever. They come in
wife.
with a bottle of JMO in a bag, and they're like, "Levin, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh man!" And my buddy's like, my friend is like the line producer, buddy. He's like, "Levin, you're driving Josh tomorrow to the airport." I'm like, "Yeah, I got it." And they're like. He's like, "No." And it was just like I ran out the door. And the next thing I know, I woke up it's like the alarm's been going off. My friend wakes up, Billy, and he's like, Levin, get up. And I jump up. I'm naked. My tits are flapping in the air. He's like, dude, you got to drive Josh to the airport. And I'm like, I had to go pick him up. I get in the car, and I'm like, all right, I got it. He's like, you got to get dressed. I ran out naked to go into the car. I'm fucking still hammered, dude. I don't remember anything from that night. Hammered. I get into the car, and he's like, Levin, you're not driving him. So he ripped me out of the car. I went back to bed. He ends up driving him. I peed in my bed that night. I ended up going in my buddy's bed. And then when he came back, I peed in that bed too. So I peed in both beds.
A double header.
A double header,
Oh,
kid.
buddy.
Hat trick, if you will.
That's tough.
I had a third bed.
You went outside the hotel room butt ass naked?
Oh, butt ass naked. Because I went into I was so freaking out. He was just like, let me get back in here. Where the fuck? He's like, you can't drive. You can't drive.
Yo, can you imagine all these people like going to church, just being like,
Oh, dude, yeah.
what
we're
is going on? We'll never film a movie in this town again.
Right.
Is the goddamn Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
Kind of like that. It did get like that. But they were really nice people. They were very nice people, I have to say.
You guys still keep in touch?
One of them, yeah, the cook at the bar that made,
made
the
the
steaks.
steak?
Yeah, she was also the elementary.
School teacher.
She
Of
was the
course she is.
elementary. What do you call it? Lunch lady.
And the mayor.
Yeah, basically.
And the city
yeah,
planner.
Exactly.
Well, I
Hey,
cooked
you
the-
ain't never going to
Dude,
guess.
I gotta tell you, that show was
I cooked
awesome.
the steaks,
It was
I
July.
budget the town budget.
It was July 4th weekend. I drove a what do you call those when they do those car the cars are all like gutted out and they like drive them.
Demolition Derby.
Yeah, I went to one of those and I drove one of those cars. They were fucking awesome, dude.
That's badass.
I drank some moonshine for the first time with those. Yeah, I had a lot of dude. I love doing that. That was a lot of fun, man.
That was probably like they probably still talk about when you all were there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You ain't never gonna remember that girl that
Yeah.
switched from American to provolone on her sandwich.
Yeah,
She was
exactly.
walking out the hotel butt ass naked.
No, but you know
Covered
what
in
though?
piss.
But the thing is though about those people, they're so great. They're not like like when you live in the country like that, they're weirder, bro. Like they do weirder shit. You
Oh,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
that's true.
So they're just like, yeah, man. You know how many times they're like, yeah, man, they had a good time that night. You know what I mean? They're just like, they're not like
Oh, a couple of young folks having fun.
just having a little good old fashioned fun. Yeah, a little hoedown. You know what I mean? They were like, it
Dude,
was
they're
really
so
funny.
much friendlier too. They're very
They're
nice.
very, very
the
nice.
first time I drank moonshine is also the first time I shot a gun.
Yeah, I never.
That
got,
was up in New Hampshire.
okay.
I think
buddy
that's a
of
lot
mine.
of people.
A what?
First time they drank moonshine, they also shoot a gun.
They also
Literally, it was just the
fucked their
first.
sister. It turns out there's a
Not
correlation.
New Hampshire?
Oh,
Maybe
New Hampshire,
in Alabama.
Maybe New Hampshire.
West
Like, why not?
Virginia.
Don't say you're immune from like, incest up there
We're
either. Come
counting
on.
out all our Alabama fans.
Oh, dude, you got Alabama fans?
Nah, probably not.
Okay, then don't worry about it.
But dude, yeah, the first time I drank, it was New Hampshire, and I went to a friend invited me up for the weekend. We get there, and like some guy. Well, I don't know how he knew this guy, but he was just at the house,
Right.
and like we're drinking, we're having a good time, and then this guy's like, "Hey, everybody, I make my own moonshine. Does anyone want to try it?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And we tried it, and it was all different flavors, and it was so good. And then like next thing I know, another guy's there, and he's like, "I brought a bunch of guns," and we were like, "Let's fucking
Let him
go!"
go,
And
right.
dude, it was like machine guns, and
Right.
like you shoot them across. We were shooting them across the lake. Such a good time.
That moonshine's deceiving because they make it where it tastes so fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
But that's straight up fucking
Oh, yeah.
weekend at Bernie's juice. That turns you that like makes your like limbs not work.
I never had a moonshine that tasted good, but it was just
Really?
whatever, a means to an end. But yeah, I've had it because people had it and it's fun, but I've never had a moonshine. Be like, wow, that's great.
The best part about moonshine is if you take a shot of it,
Yeah.
it kills your taste buds, and you can drink anything for the rest of the night.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
yeah,
that's the good and bad part.
Are you talking like straight moonshine?
Yeah,
though?
I had a
Okay.
buddy in college who used to do that. He would start every night with a shot of Bacardi 151,
yeah, that'll do it.
and
dude.
then you could drink anything for the whole
Bacardi
night.
150. I have what
Yeah.
Bacardi for 150.
Just roasts your whole
Oh,
mouth.
Man, I got.
I already know I'll
Oh,
never
wow.
drink. I will. I will guarantee that I never take another sip of Bacardi 151 again in my life.
I won't either. I've had it. I'm done. You won. Congratulations. It's a Dallas BBQ Bacardi 151 drink that I had in that fucking.
In Dallas?
No, I was in Dallas BBQs in Upper East Side, Manhattan.
Oh.
I was at. I went to Marymount Manhattan College, and we used to go drinking at Dallas BBQs because it was like you can get like shit faced, like if one big drink. And I went there, dude, and I had a final the next day, and I got shit-faced. And I was living in Woodside at the time in Queens, and I was walking home. I don't remember, but I was walking across this park, and I twisted my ankle. I remember falling, and then I woke up, and I was like, fuck. And I went home, and then I started being Chef Boyardee in the fucking kitchen, and I started cooking, and I, took the pan. I was making, sausage or something, and I took the pan, and I put it on my hand. And I woke up the next day, my foot looked like elephantitis. It was just swollen as shit. I had a burn mark on my hand. Oh. Yeah, I had to go to the hospital.
Like you were getting tortured by the CIA.
I was just like, what happened last night, dude? And yeah. See, I have all these little things, and there's tons more like that. Just
That's
little.
rough.
Dude. Yeah,
You grew up in the Bronx, right?
No. I grew up in. I was born in North Jersey.
You never lived in the Bronx?
I lived there for a minute, but
Okay.
but my
Yeah, that's
dad's
what I
from the
thought.
Bronx.
Oh,
My dad's from Frog's Neck. I was born in North Jersey, and then my dad retired from sanitation, and we moved around a bit.
so the mob.
No, that's the private sector, which was my father's brother probably, but no, my dad did public. He's DSNY.
The Sopranos has ruined.
I know everything because
everybody
everyone thinks it's
that-
like, oh, the sanitation department is the mob. It's like, no, that's the private sector, you schmucks. They're not You don't watch the DSNY guys and you're like, oh, that's the mob. It's like, no.
That's Tony Bag of Garbage.
Yeah,
over there.
exactly. That's Staten Island shit and whatever. In Jersey. That's why he's
Tony Bag of Garbage.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Tony Bag of Garbage.
Do you have an alcohol you've sworn off?
An alcohol?
Yeah.
For a bad reason, I'm trying to think. No, I'll drink it all.
Really?
I'll drink it all. Yeah. I mean, I have ones that make me like a jungle juice. I'm probably too old for jungle juice.
I would hope so.
I haven't sworn it off, but if I'm somewhere and someone's like, "Hey,
Yeah,
you want
that's
some
what I'm
jungle
saying.
juice?"
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. You can't when it's free.
I'm like, okay,
what do you- exactly. Exactly. I really shouldn't drink JMO anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't even think I don't even
Jack
think what
Daniels,
you're saying.
maybe I probably won't
Any
fuck
brown. No
I don't
brown
even think what
liquor.
you're saying is peer pressure either.
No.
with. No, it's just opportunity.
It's just opportunity.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can't.
not peer pressure. It's just
Dude.
options, and I'm like, yeah,
Right.
sure.
I don't have FOMO, but I will. I don't know what do you call it. It's not FOMO, but it's I don't want to I don't missing out on something. I
think
don't.
it's FOMO.
Guess it's
It's
FOMO,
FOMO.
but it's something to a degree. FOMO is oh, I gotta go to this party. This is no, I got it. For a while there, it's I want to see how fucked up I can get.
Oh, I know.
Did you get that too?
Yeah.
I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh my god, I'm gonna get so fucked up tonight.
Oh yeah, we used to count our tabs. We used to count our the beer tabs, pop them in our pockets, and wake up. This was freshman year, college. Did you guys not do that?
No, not at all. I'm not a nerd.
Well, I didn't
It's
do
fucking nerdy, but we would keep.
I
the
didn't do
tabs.
that
And be like, oh, I had 20 beers last night.
That's
And then-
nerd shit.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I did keep track.
I am a
though.
nerd. Look in the comments. I am a fucking nerd. You fucking loser, dude. You want to call me a fucking nerd in the comments? I'll fuck you up. No, I won't. I won't. I apologize.
But I will. I'll fuck
Ray
you
will
up.
fuck
I will.
you up.
I love
Big dog.
confrontation. Oh, I will too. I love it. I love it so much.
Do you really?
I do. It's an addiction.
Have you ever fought drunk? Or hit somebody drunk?
I nearly got into a fight a couple weeks ago though, wasted at a
Really?
bar. Yeah, that's a recent little drunk
happened?
fest. Oh my god. So, this is the day. I quit. I was 2.5 months in no drinking.
Yeah.
My friend comes into town. She's awesome, and she takes me out to eat, and she owns a couple restaurants like Michelin. She likes all that, and I do
Really?
too.
She owns a Michelin
Well,
restaurant?
not a Michelin. Sorry, whatever. She's part of that whole, they give out James Beard awards and that whole circle.
Okay.
She has a restaurant in Charleston, South Carolina. So when she comes to town,
Love that.
and in Hilton Head. So when she comes, she's one of my closest friends. So when she comes to town, we went to this nice restaurant. It was really good, and we got some bottles of Barolo. So I was like, I have to. She's buying too. So I mean, it's good shit.
Yeah.
I had
Way
to
to
get
go.
Barolo. So I'm going in with Barolos. So we're drinking them. We have a fantastic meal. Now I'm going into Amarettos. And the Amaretto that they had there is fantastic. They have tons of stuff. So I'm really lit. So then I'm like, she's like, I got to go home. And then I'm in my head, I'm like, I feel still pretty, ready to go. So I went to a bar not too far from there in Gramercy. I go in. And I went to a show earlier that day, and some of the people that were at the show were still drinking there. So I started hanging out with some comics there. Now I'm drinking JMO. I'm doing shots of JMO.
Love it.
I said a word that a chick overheard because I was telling a joke, and she went, ew. like that, and she was with.
What was the word?
F-bomb.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're being real polite for the podcast
All right, fine,
right
faggot.
now.
I said faggot. I said faggot. Okay, I said faggot. There you go. I was telling a joke and I said it out loud, and it was I don't remember what I was saying, and the chick went ew, and she was with dudes that were gay.
Yeah.
And they're like, ew. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm a comic. I was being an asshole. It's completely in the wrong.
Oh, that's the worst thing to say.
Exactly.
Fuck
The
you,
worst
I'm a
thing.
comic.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even remember what I said. I was just being dumb. I was like, you want to go? You want to go? I'm like, really, like, it's stupid. And then this dude at the end of the bar is laughing. I'm talking about it on stage now. This dude at the end of the bar is laughing. I'm like, what are you laughing at? And he was Spanish. And he was like, I think you're funny. I was like, I like your accent. And he's like, I'm Spanish. I'm like, let's fucking go. So we started talking.
God.
And the next thing, I'm getting more drunk.
Yeah.
Then now this is Polaroids. I'm remembering Polaroids. So we go outside. We're making out. Then we decide to go across the street. And we're making out at the bar. And then we go to a bathroom. And we start hooking up in a bathroom, and we start going at it. And I'm laughing. I'm just laughing. I just remember laughing the entire. I'm like, this is absurd. I'm like, because I don't do that. I'm not a whore. Like, what's with your face? Why are you giving me a face that's weird?
No, I didn't know the story. You told me. I think you told me that you hooked up with somebody in a bathroom. Last time I saw you, you were talking about it. I didn't fucking know that it came from after you almost fought 3 gay dudes in the village and some chick, and then it was some. Oh, okay.
Get it right.
I'm sorry.
So
I just assumed West Village.
Yeah, I know. So we go in the bathroom. Then he's trying to get it up. He's all like, because he's all messed up, and I'm laughing. I'm like, I'm not laughing at you. This is just fucking ridiculous. And then we go outside, and then I'm like, all right, let's go back to my place. So I try to get him back to my place. We get to my place, and he wouldn't get out of the car. He's like, I have nothing in me. I have nothing left. And I was like, all right, sayonara, kid. And then that was it.
But that's always what you want to hear as a man when you're trying to hook up with a girl is hysterical laughter.
I know. I was like, I kept telling like, I'm not laughing at you. I was just like laughing at this whole situation. It was so ridiculous. Like,
yeah, you saying I'm not laughing at you, that did
yeah,
it. He was like, oh, okay.
I know. It
It's like,
totally,
oh, thank you. This is supportive.
I know.
Yeah, I feel
know,
it now.
I understand. But yeah, so that was my last time. Oh no, MLK Day, I got really hammered too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was with you early that day.
Yeah.
We played poker.
We played poker, and I kept on.
Oh, you
drinking
played,
like that.
dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't play.
Yeah, he
You told me
won.
you weren't going to play.
I won $100.
Yeah, it was nice.
You told me you weren't going to play, dude.
We had a great time.
Okay, well,
Snacks were great.
I had stuff
They
to
were
do.
pretty
I
good.
was fucking
Pretty good
working,
snacks.
okay?
Oh,
I was working.
Do you
Sorry.
do you
MLK
remember?
Day?
Yeah, I had projects.
That's racist.
I had
Do you remember
projects
when
to
you
do.
got mad at me when we went to a nice restaurant and we were real drunk?
Oh, and
And
you threw a glass of wine, like out of nowhere. He's
Wait,
standing there.
is
he's
this the
drinking.
night that I came and saw
Yeah,
you guys
later,
after?
and yeah. We won't go into the whole
Yeah,
specifics
please
of that
not.
story.
There were mistakes were made. I mean, I remember I showed up.
We started at brunch at like what time of the day?
At fucking like
11.
11 o'clock.
Yeah, and then he was
it was
too
Easter
hammered.
Sunday.
It was Easter Sunday. He was too hammered because he came early.
I was out till
Like
4:30
always.
in the morning. I was out till 4:30 in the morning that night before, that Saturday night, and we had brunch at like 10. I was like, why are we doing it so early?
Dude, I told you we planned on this for a while, so you are the
remember.
one that fucked up because you went for it, which fine, good for you.
It just happened.
And then
Things
you
happened.
second rallied. You came back out.
It's true. I did come out.
But we
meet you
were
guys.
already in Caligula. Like we were already down for the count.
I
you know?
remember.
Yeah.
At one point when we showed up,
Yeah.
I was with a friend, and
Yeah.
we showed up.
Oh, I was hammered. Yeah.
And the only person there was, I saw Ray leave,
Yeah.
and then it was just Jess. And me and my friend get a cocktail.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jess, you want something? And I think I got you like a wine or a vodka soda or
No,
something.
tequila soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were just sitting there, just like,
done. I was done.
just swaying swaying back and forth. And I was like, all right.
We're gonna head out.
We're gonna head out.
But no, you were very gracious. You're like, "Do you want to come with us in the village?" I was like, "Yeah." And then I stayed at the bar and had 2 more drinks, and then I took a train. I went home. Yeah.
You took the train?
No, I don't know. I took a lift.
yeah.
Well, that was one of those nights where you said, I like how you described that a minute ago, where you said the night was just Polaroids, where you're
Yeah.
just like getting like little pieces.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember at one point, I look over. I think you like went to the bathroom, or you stood up to like go apologize to the
Yeah.
waiter,
Ugh.
and I look over at Ivan. I'm like, why is Jess so mad at me? I'm so drunk, and I just remember Ivan going, "You don't remember when you threw the glass of wine, the glass of prosecco, over your shoulder?" And then I was like, when did I do that? He was like, not more than 3 minutes ago. I just remember him saying, I like didn't like, I just remember him like filling me in on that like the next day. And then I was like, I remember you telling me I did something wrong, but I don't remember the actual throwing of the glass.
Like, it was really funny. Like, you're like standing there, we just got, and we're like, all right, cheers. And you're like, it was just like, what?
It was probably my body just like taking over and throwing away any more liquor I was going to put in my body.
Yeah, I did that at my cousin's wedding. That when you get so drunk and it's just like you don't care and nothing, and they're so funny when you're doing them, but if you're watching it, you're like, oh, that person's a nightmare.
Oh, dude, totally.
But like I did that at a wedding where it was my cousin's wedding. I got behind the bar at the end of the night. I'm like drunk where I'm like, I'm pouring everyone drinks. I'm pouring everyone waters. I'm like, but like as their cocktails, doing that. And I pour myself like one more drink and I go sit on the couch. And I remember I like plopped down like next to my mom and I'm sitting on the couch. I was like, oh, what a night. And then as soon as I sit down, apparently, I don't remember this, but my aunt comes in and goes, okay, everybody, like the bus is here to take us to the hotels. And I go, welp. And I stood up and right in front of me is the concierge who's like running the wedding, the maitre d', and then my mom. And I just like had my glass of water and just dropped it on the ground and it shattered. And I just walked out. And my mom looked at the maitre d' and goes, oh my God.
Mazel tov.
Dude.
I go, all right.
I know.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, but I gotta say,
No
I
idea.
can't judge because I've been there, man. That's the problem with drinking. I won't go down for the count. I won't. I'll keep going. I'll keep going and going.
The lack of give a fuck I have when
yeah.
I'm drunk is scary. It's frightening.
It's scary too. Like I can see how murders happen. Like it's very easy. It's very easy. Very, very easy.
You think?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, boy.
If I murder, I could do it easily, but it would be passion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how would you think
murder
you would
people,
do it?
I murder people every day in the shower. You don't murder people in the shower?
What do you mean?
Like you never have like thoughts of killing someone in the shower?
I think I have arguments with people.
But not murder?
How do you do it?
It's with my hands generally because I gotta feel it.
It's aggressive.
Oh, you're choking? You're choking?
Yeah,
somebody to
choking. I'll use like a Goodfellas telephone cord.
death? The way he killed what is it, Murray?
Murray. I didn't kill him yet. He was like wants his money and he wrapped the phone cord around him. That's fun. You know what I mean? That looks like a good one.
Sure.
I don't want stabbing. I like choking. Yeah, if I do, it would be choking.
Wait, so you kill people in the shower? You argue with people in the shower?
Sometimes I'll replay old arguments in my head and like that I've lost. Like I told you about the guy who yelled at me on the sidewalk and then I was like, this guy's going to kick my ass. Like I'll replay that. Being like, oh, I should have said this. I should have said that. Oh, yeah.
But you don't get physical?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Jesus. I
mean, if they
I
approach-
just sing in the shower and clean my ass.
Yo, okay, Ray.
What do you-
Yeah, you lame.
I know.
Gee. No, I murder people.
I'm about to get my.
I murdered a dude this morning.
You said it like I was crazy. You
Dude,
don't
this is going to be
fucking kill
used as
people in the
evidence.
shower?
This podcast is going to be used as evidence.
I won't actually do it because it's just then I feel guilty and shit. It's just
Yeah, it's too much.
Catholic guilt.
Not only
Yeah.
will you feel guilty, you'll be guilty.
Well, yeah, that too.
Murdering
And I
somebody.
can't go to. I can't do prison. I can't have lesbian sex. I'm not into that.
Not to mention, here's the problem.
And the food's
Locked
awful.
up.
I don't
food's
want to.
awful.
The food's awful. Like it's like
Yeah, that would be the worst part about prison.
And it would
the
just be
food.
boring.
yeah.
Doesn't seem like there's a lot.
Well,
much to do.
I can't. Like, first off, I don't really have much chick friends, and now I'm in a room filled with women. Oh no! Can you put me in the dude section, like the simp dude section? Now with the pedophiles,
I like that you said.
maybe
I
with
like
the
that you
pedophiles.
clarified. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll go with the pedos and be like, all right, dude, can we just play cards? I don't want to hear about what you've done.
and then they're all like, "You want to play Go Fish?"
Yeah, exactly.
That's
like,
my favorite.
I like homemade, but not really. No, something stupid like that. That was lame, but whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do prison, but again, I couldn't actually kill someone. But it's fun to think about.
I don't know. I think prison there, it wouldn't be bad.
Dude, it would
You
be
get
bad.
Free. You get to work out
know
all
what? I
day.
could
You
see
could
him-
read.
hold on.
You could hang.
I feel
Well,
like
you know what your idea of prison is?
You
Probably
would be
like a
ass
white
raped.
collar prison.
Yeah, right. A
Is
good
there a
white
different?
call.
Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot.
Fed.
There's
You'd
other
go to a
types of
Fed.
prisons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd go Fed. You'd want Fed. You wouldn't want state.
Yeah. Well,
Don't
yeah,
state.
No,
Go for the
no.
Fed.
When there's like violence going on, that's not ideal. But
No,
you know,
but
you got to
Fed's a
set
good
yourself
one.
in. You maybe come in. You teach some classes and you read a bunch.
You'd get raped though.
I don't know.
You'd get
I wouldn't
raped.
be afraid to stab someone in prison in that sense.
Yeah, but
Oh, really?
wait,
You think you'd adapt well?
Yeah, I think
don't-
I'd
you
adapt
could-
pretty
wait,
well.
hold on. How would you stab him? Like, would you
A shiv? How would I make
how
a
would
shiv?
You make one?
A toothpick? No, I would either take steal a spoon or something or a
a
fork,
spoon?
and then I would just chisel it down. I'd probably get a sharp edge and then like melt that into a toothbrush or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Christ.
See, so okay,
Just thought
he's
about
thought
it.
about this.
Yeah, dude.
exactly.
Of course, dude. I've seen every fucking prison drama.
I would
You got to
just-
know how to do this kind
I
of
would just
stuff.
probably try to get my hands on an iPad, just kind of hang out in my cell.
Dude, you have an Dude, if
on
you have an
an
iPad,
iPad.
you're immediately a target. You're immediately a target.
exactly.
I'm never
They'd
gonna leave
fucking
my.
be murdering
I'm never
you.
gonna leave my cell. I'm just gonna be watching shows.
Dude.
No, you'd have to leave your cell. You have to like sweep and broom. Like we got to get Derek Drescher and Gio Perez on this. They'd be
Yeah.
able to give you a little insight of what that would happen.
I think
Yeah.
you'd be good. You're a big guy, so you're intimidating.
Yeah, but you're
you
cute.
also make people laugh, so you got the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
That
would.
I've always said I would figure something out. Like I would be the guy that like runs the fantasy football league or something
That'd
in
be good.
prison.
Yeah.
So then they'd be like ready to kill me, and they'd be like, nah.
No, he runs the fantasy.
He
Yes,
runs the league.
that's a power move.
Yeah, you
that's
gotta do
smart.
something
You got to
like
do
that.
something like that. But that's the thing. It's like I like sports. I don't know. Like I mean, I'm generalizing. I don't know what chick prisons are like because it's always dude prisons unless it's like
You ain't seen Orange is the New Black?
no,
Did you watch it?
The first season.
no, I didn't.
Did you?
yeah.
No.
I heard the Australian original one is good, but
It wasn't bad. I fell off of it though.
But I never seen Oz. I never really watch prison drama. I like the way to prison kind of shows.
I used to watch
Wire.
Oz. My
Yeah.
dad would let me watch
Breaking
Oz when I was like 9,
Yeah.
and you would just see way too many penises
yeah,
in that
dude,
show.
You see a lot. Yeah,
Lots
yeah.
of dick, man.
That was a good show though, man.
Yeah.
That was a good show, dude. I fuck with that show. When I was a kid, when I was younger, there was Homicide: Life on the Streets. That was on NBC. That was pre-Wire, and that shit was awesome. But yeah, my parents would let me watch a lot of shit. I was quoting Carlito's Way when I was like a kid.
Yeah,
Like,
there was no rules on what I watched.
Scarface. Yeah, no, my
Yeah.
parents.
Well,
were
are you
Children
an
of the
only child?
Corn?
Are you an only child? Are you the youngest?
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah.
You're the youngest?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. I was the oldest. You're not allowed to, dude. Me and my brother couldn't watch shit. Like I couldn't watch I had to be 13, like, like PG or whatever, TY7. I remember I had to be like 7 before I watched it. Like,
Really?
Yeah. And then my youngest brother, he was watching, R-rated movies when he was like 10.
Yeah, my
Because
brothers
we
watched
were
what the
watching
fuck
it,
they
you
wanted.
know?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's just that. It's also that like my mom and dad just watched what the fuck they wanted, and
Yeah,
if we
that's
happened to
mine
be
too.
in the room,
that was it. Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
That was there was no like covering shit up. We were all on top of each other too. There's no like, you know what I mean? We didn't
Yeah.
have like my little corner. No.
Well,
How many siblings do you have?
There's 4 of us all day.
Oh, damn.
And then my nanny lived with us. Yeah, we lived like an immigrant family. You know what I mean? The old school, just like whatever.
Your nanny, like your grandma?
Yeah, my nanny.
Oh,
yeah, my
okay,
grandma.
okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
don't use
Well, you said
See,
nanny.
grandma- yeah,
and
I
then
know,
you
I know,
said
that's what people think
immigrant
right away.
I thought you meant you had
Yeah,
a live-in nanny.
No,
Yeah.
my
like,
grandma.
that's pretty nice,
See, I grew
actually.
up with nanny and grandma. Grandma was a cunt and nanny was sweet. So it was just like that's like nanny, my nanny.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah.
Okay.
So she lived with us, and then so it was a lot of us in a cape in a 2.5 bedroom.
it's rare to have 2 really nice grandmothers. I feel like
Yeah.
one's always kind of tough, and the other's like
that yours too?
another parent. Yeah,
So your dad's side?
my
bitch?
dad's mom was like my second parent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was the shit. And my mom's mom, I'm not gonna go out and call her a bitch.
Get into it.
Why not?
God rest her soul. But
gabagool.
but she was just like harsh and
Yeah.
wasn't very like we didn't have like a relationship. But like my Graham, I call her Graham. I talk to her every day.
See, Graham, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something sweet about it, right? Yeah. My same with my nan. Like we would hang out. She'd play Clue. She cheated all the time. And then she'd cheat all the time.
I used to cheat
Play
my
cards.
grandmother at Monopoly.
Well, you're going to hell.
Dude, I used to fucking just steal
The
money.
Oh, you're such a dick. My brother would do that shit too.
Idiot. She didn't even notice.
My grandmother, my grandmother, you couldn't do that shit because she was stealing from us. Because that is the way she was. Loretta, yeah, she was a bitch. She gave me a card shuffler when I was like 5, with no back to it. It was like it was like tape. You know, they were degenerate gamblers. My grandfather loved the horses. He'd go to the OTB all the time. He died at one. He was
Really?
Yeah, had a heart
Died in
attack
an
at an
OTB?
OTB. Yeah. The joke is he had the winning ticket. He loved the horses.
Yeah.
What a way to go, though.
Yeah, dude,
If you
yeah.
like gambling,
Yeah, man.
what a
Loved
way to go.
it. Dude, my dad's side, Vice's gambling, big time. I think that's like one of the top ones.
Yeah.
That's
It's a motherfucker.
I think finally Uncut Gems did it the perfect because
Yeah.
just like that just shows you how the sickness of that.
Oh,
man.
it was
when he
so
wins that
intense.
money and you're like, dude, don't do it, dude. And he's like, it's like, bro,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
And if you have the other vice of drinking,
Yeah.
those two
oh
don't pair.
man. And throw and blow. Oh, baby, trifecta.
Because then you're
That's
wide
an
awake to get
exacta,
drunk
kid.
and
That's
lose
an
all your money.
exacta.
Yeah, that's a trifecta box.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Have
so-
you ever lost big money gambling?
No, I gotta tell you, I just did a spot in Atlantic City and we went to go play the roulette table. And I was telling my mom, and I grew up with a lot of gamblers, so I was telling my mom we went to go to the roulette table. She's like, that's a suckers game. I was like, all right, Joan. But I liked poker when we played poker. I think it's one of those things I'm afraid to get into it. Like there's some things I don't
Yeah.
do. Like I won't shoot a gun.
Why not?
Because there's some things
murders people
I
in the
murder people in the
fucking shower.
shower.
That's true.
I don't need to learn how to shoot a gun. There's no reason to do it. And plus, if I'm gonna fight,
Fucking
I box. You know what I mean?
pretty nice.
I bet it's pretty nice, but I like using my hands. I box. I get a lot of my aggression out that way. So I don't need to do that. Gambling, it's fun. I just don't ever have the money to gamble the way I want to gamble. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to walk. I'm going to Vegas in about a week, and I'm like, I've never been to Vegas. So it's just like, and also I think it's like, I don't feel like a win. I don't ever go to these things. I've never walked out with money. I never walked out of a casino being like, yeah, you know?
Oh, it's
Have
so
you?
Great.
Yeah, I bet it.
What's the biggest bet you've won, Ray?
Yeah.
The biggest like sports bet.
Yeah, or gamble bet like at a casino.
I
bet.
mean, I've left the casino up 2,000. It's the
pretty
most I've
good.
ever been up.
It's pretty great.
And the most I've ever lost is probably like $1,000. I think I told the story on the pod. I did it blacked out drunk.
Yeah,
Well,
with
that's
the
pretty. Wait, you lost or the one with the back cloud?
When I lost, I was blacked out drunk.
Okay.
Because I even like you were talking. We were talking about like the lack of give a shit when you're that fucked up. Is I remember like looking at my bank account and seeing I had like $400 in there, and I'm like, well, all right, I've already been losing all night. I'm gonna take out at least $350. And I'll take it out and I'll go lose it. And then I wake up the next morning. I was like, what was my thought process? Why was I not nervous about losing like all my money last night?
right.
You know what?
And it's just like,
things always work out. That's
do.
why. Things always work out. Look, that was 2 years ago, and you're here, and you're
that's a couple months
thriving.
ago.
Okay. Still
Yeah.
thriving.
That's good. Thank you for
Still
telling me
thriving.
that. I'm hoping it'll work out. But yeah, I don't like. Yeah. So gambling, I love to get more into it. To be honest with you,
Yeah, you should.
I know, but
Everybody's always trying to fucking better themselves. No, we need to add more vices.
yeah, exactly.
We need to have a little
I think,
more
you know
fun.
What? Not add. I think people need them. I don't think people have them anymore. They're kind of lame.
Did you ever meet somebody without a vice?
Dude, yeah, I can't
They're
talk to them.
They're fucking creeps.
They're
weird.
creeps. They're weird. That means they actually have like frozen body parts in their freezer. There's no way
That is the vice.
That would be.
Everyone's
got
to have a vice, and if you're not talking about it, it's
then
probably
it's
something
really
yeah,
bad.
really illegal.
That's what I'm saying.
The comedian,
Really
the
illegal.
comedian Chris D'Elia used to brag about not having, never
change
drinking,
drinking.
never
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
drugs,
yeah.
never gambling, never doing
Yeah.
all this shit, and he's trying to fucking start harems.
Yeah, exactly.
And build
Be
sex
the new
cults with
Nexon
16-year-old
and all that
girls.
shit like that. I know, right?
That's
Totally
wild.
Which I don't get. He's got a wandering eye or some shit. I don't find him hot. I mean, I'm not like he wouldn't fuck me, but like not only am I out of the weight class, I'm also out of the age class. But
No, but what I don't get is
he's
Yeah,
skeezy.
you're not
I don't find him
15.
hot. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, still in high school.
Even if I was a hot 15-year-old, I think I wouldn't find him cute.
I mean, there is definitely something about celebrity, especially if you're like
get that.
young and have no idea about the world
I
and
never-
like a fucking.
Well, then you know what? Then you deserve to get swallowed
Yeah.
up. Into
Okay,
that whale.
well,
You know what
I don't know about that. I'm saying that's part of the. I'm sure that's what it has to do with like him being able to take advantage of young people because they have no fucking idea, no life experience, no idea of what's going on.
Right.
And
when I was a cute little 15-year-old boy, if he was showing me attention, I'd probably throw him one.
Would you?
would you?
Yeah, I'd fuck him.
I think I was always afraid. I saw kids at a very young age, and I think that fucked me up.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah, dude. I still see that, like, Chloe Savini's legs shaking back and forth when she's getting AIDS.
Oh shit!
That
yeah.
last scene.
I haven't watched that movie
Yikes.
since I was
That
really young.
movie freaked me the fuck out. And then I knew some girls that were pregnant at 15, and I'm like, I don't want that shit, man. I'm not getting stuck.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm not getting stuck like
Damn.
that. So that came at an early age. So I was just like, all right, well, I'm not going to be fucking. I'm going to be drinking. And that's when I decided to become an alcoholic.
Better than the alternative.
Better. I'm not going to give birth
Yeah.
to a child and be like, here we
Yeah.
go. I'm a mother. You know what I mean? No.
I'd rather be an
God.
alcoholic than a mom.
Jesus.
Why not both?
I know, dude.
I'll just do comedy instead. That'll work.
I want to change direction a little here because
Yeah.
I do
Yeah, I
want
wanted to get
to
into this.
ask Jess about something
Yeah.
because and I'm glad I've actually never really talked to you about this.
Yeah.
Like in depth. Is you were on the Woodstock '99 documentary.
Correct. Yeah.
And I remember like saying like, oh, that was so crazy that we were there, and you were like, yeah, but they didn't like use like a lot of the shit that you said,
Right.
And you said it was just like just as nuts as they said it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, this thing, I went after them hardcore. I'll be honest with you. The producers were really nice because what happened was the night I got drunk one night and I wrote a letter. Oh, I was binge drinking during COVID.
Wait, can you just to set this up? So
Yeah.
you were, how were you involved? You
sorry,
were
I
just
fucked that
at
up.
there at Woodstock '99. For people who don't know, it was like the 20th anniversary or
It was the 20th,
25th anniversary or something?
1969. So yeah,
of Woodstock, 60, 70, 30th.
the 30th. Yeah, 30th.
And they tried to like redo Woodstock,
They not redo it because they couldn't fucking resurrect, the dead.
but like
I mean,
essentially like with the today's like the 1999
Yeah,
bands.
the
and it was like a
1999 bands.
disaster.
Well, it was a
essentially.
disaster, essentially, yeah. Because, like, first off, I look at the lineup now and I'm like, this is not even a good lineup. Like, it wasn't even fun. Like, I hated Limp Bizkit my
Oh,
whole
Limp
life.
Bizkit was
Limpy
tight.
Biscuits.
Ah, dude, see, you know what? I'm older. How old are you?
33.
Okay, I'm gonna be 42. So when Limp Bizkit came out, it wasn't a feminist thing. It's just that I didn't think it was good music. I've always had good taste. I'm gonna say that right away. I always have. Like when I was younger, I listened to a lot of like jazz and hip hop.
Then why'd you go?
I went because it was my senior year of high school, and my two other friends wanted to go. DMX was there, Rusted Root. There was some other shit that I wanted to go see, and at the time also I was into Dave Matthews, Fish. I was all into that too.
DMX was there.
DMX, Counting
Bush,
Crows,
Sheryl Crow, The Offspring,
Corn.
Korn.
Were you there all the days?
Yes, we were there all the
Kid
days.
Rock,
Yeah, that was toolish. I hated him.
Dave Matthews, Counting Crows,
Counting
Alanis
Crows,
Morissette, Rage Against the Machine.
That
Metallica was
awesome.
there.
Metallica was awesome.
Limp Bizkit,
Their tools. I still want to beat the shit out of Fred Durst. I've never liked
Red
that
Hot
idiot.
Chili Peppers.
That was awesome.
Creed, Jewel,
Yeah.
Elvis Costello, Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Holy shit, there was a lot of people.
There was a lot of
there.
people. Andy Dick came out at one point. It was like it was just really, but it was just really, really. All right. So what do you want me to get with? Do you want me to start? What do you want me to start
Muse
with?
was an emerging
No,
artist.
I'm
That's
I'm
cool.
just curious. Like you were only what 17, 18?
I was 18.
Were you
yeah.
fucking a little bit like nervous?
No, because I was like, no. I was just kind of like, no. What happened was this: we lucked out kind of because we were there all 3 days, and the third day was I woke up on wood chips because it was filled with wood chips. The place was fucking horrible.
So wouldn't like the mud and everything.
It
I'm
wasn't-
assuming.
Well, it wasn't like 94 where it rained. It was hot as shit and it wouldn't rain. It was so hot at one
Damn.
point, and we were broke. At one point, I went and I like slept in this it was like an airplane. What do you call it? A hangover? Like they just have those it's not silent. What the hell you call it?
Like a hangar, but like an
Thank
open
you.
air one.
Open air one.
Okay.
And they had a film, a movie set up. I don't even remember what was playing, but it reminded me of Gone with the Wind when they do that pan up and they just see the rummage of people around getting their legs torn off, like that scene. That's what it reminded me of because everyone was just laying there like exhausted and like depleted and no water and all being fucking this is the era of ecstasy and MDMA and all that
Yeah.
shit. So everyone's like candy flipping and shit. So they're just all like dehydrated and stuff like that. So at one point I went there just to like get some like air conditioning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just being thing. It was hot as hell. So for me, it wasn't like, like my raping was done the night before. So I'm not part of the whole raping from the thing.
Oh, shit.
Well, dude, I don't know what you want to call it. Like I woke up and there was a dude on top of me. I had that happen to me. Don't get all serious.
Holy
about it.
fuck. No,
Yeah,
I'm
whatever, I was
not getting all
hammered.
serious. It's crazy.
I mean, that's
though.
crazy
I was
fucking
hammered.
thing.
So they interviewed
Holy
me
shit.
for that, and I was like, I don't want that in the thing because I don't want people being like, "This is how you should feel about it." It was like,
Yeah.
dude, I grew up very weird, whatever, very hard. Like, it was on me. I passed the fuck out. God knows what I was doing with this dude. I was funneling J-Mo in the parking lot the night before. Yeah,
This is why you don't.
Like a beer bong?
yeah, like a beer bottle. I could drink back in the day, son. Like I played rugby. I could yeah.
Yeah.
I could suck them back, baby. Yeah. So I was shit-faced. So I was hungover. My friend at the time, well, I'm not friends with her anymore. She's a tool. And she was there. And my best friend now, they were dating. And she was pissed from the night before, so she dumped out all the rest of the booze. So we went with, she's like, yeah. And I'm like, you're a
Bitch.
fucking bitch. Yeah, totally. Really. Dude, she was a nerd. So anyway, we dumped it all out. So when going in, I was so hungover on the first day when we were trying to go onto the site.
Yeah.
So hungover, and it was so fucking hot, and they were taking forever to go in. And then when we were going in, they threw out a lot of people's shit, like whatever you were bringing in. Like they threw out food and all this stuff. Because,
Really?
yeah, they're pricks.
They were like, buy it. You have to buy it
you
inside.
had to buy it. They were throwing a lot of shit
That's
out.
fucked.
Yeah.
Because didn't they like?
And taking people's drugs and shit. It was just like,
I
was
heard,
not 1969.
Yeah.
Fucking Woodstock.
The
Yeah.
big thing I heard wasn't it where they were like price gouging waters and
They did do that. At one
food
point, they were
and
trying to
shit?
throw water, into the crowd. It was
It's madness.
it was madness. It was basically madness. It was just like whatever. So what happened was finally there's no rain. It's hot 3 days. People are drinking, chicks or whatever, MDA, whatever. It was a fucking shit show. I don't know the specifics. So with others, because my unit, we were fine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also I was never one of those kids. Like I kind of always, my dad raised me to like, don't let anyone fuck with you. So I'm always alert. Like I'm like, oh, we're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
fight. We're gonna, I was always, so whatever have you. So the rest of the time I had no money to buy booze. I was trying to smoke weed off people. I didn't get that fucked up the
Yeah.
next 3 days. So we just went, we watched some shit. In fact, I bumped into some Canadians who are into this band called the Tragically Hip, which is their like second coming to Christ bands of Canada. Like
Yeah.
they're like Tragically Hip, and they were so nice. They gave me a lot of booze, so I was just like living with them for a minute. Like, because what happened was my friends, the couple, started fighting with each other.
Perfect.
Makes
So
sense.
yeah, dude, I remember at one point they're in the tent because he snuck in a can of ravioli, Chef Boyardee. Yeah, he like confiscated it in like it's a fucking prison, and he had it, and she forgot the can opener, and he's like, "Can I talk to you for a second?" And they go in to the tent, and they're like yelling at each other. He's like, "You always forget things because you don't care." And she's like, "I forgot the can opener." He's like, "What am I gonna eat?" And he was sitting there with a rock trying to hit it, and like open it up. Like, we're all broke. Yeah. It was insane. So.
I just love the. Can I talk to you?
Yeah, and they go into the tent and they just yell. I'm just like, and I'm sitting outside like whatever. I'm hungover as hell. So finally, whatever. That last day, I wake up and I'm on the wood chips and I hear tear down the wall, tear, and I'm thinking, holy fuck, Pink Floyd's here. This is fucking awesome, right? So I'm running towards the noise and I realize I get to the wall area and it's people just like ripping down the wall that separated people from the outside to the inside.
Like the gates.
The gates.
Oh,
and
shit.
they ripped it down. And that's when hell broke loose. Because Rome, New York is not a very nice area. And everyone came in. It was like fucking zombie land. And it was just like people were getting fucked. And that's when shit started getting like awry. Like, and I
Yeah.
think it was Red Hot Chili Peppers is like they sang Light My Fire. And that's when people were like, okay, light my fire.
I think you're taking that song too literally.
Yeah, they're like, and, lighting fires and shit like that. And then people started stealing shit. And then, but at this point, it's, we decide that we're like, all right, let's get our shit. Let's pack it in the car. It's in the morning. It's just when tear down the wall's happening, right?
Yeah.
People are coming in. It's getting a little, whatever. So we're like, let's put our shit in the car. Let's go see Rusted Root. They're playing on Sunday. We'll go and then we'll come back and we'll get the hell out of here because we're like exhausted, whatever. So we go we park the shit. We put the shit in my car. We go and watch Rusted Root and I'm flipping my keys like this. And we go to leave and I look down and my key went out of it broke off the thing, and my key went flying somewhere, and it's gone.
Your car key?
My car key.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to say, when we first went to my car, the schmuck who went back to go get, I think when someone went to go back the can opener, I forget, left the light on, so my car battery went out. But the Canadians I was partying with helped me start the car, and they're like, you guys are fine. Go in, go watch Rusty Root, and then come back. And then I went into Rusty Root, I lost the car key, and then I was like, yeah.
Did you find it?
No, what happened was, so this is when it gets bad, because my one friend had to call her parents because I didn't want to call mine. I was like, my dad will fucking murder me. Like, my dad will murder me. Like, my dad's
I lost the key to my car.
Yeah. So she called her parents, and her parents sent her money to pay the locksmith to make a key. And this son of a bitch overcharged like a motherfucker because we're in the middle of Rome, New York. So once we got the car key, we're like, we're fucking out of here. So this is like mid-afternoon, like maybe getting into late afternoon, going into the evening. We get the key. We're like, we're getting the fuck out of here. So we get my car. We're driving out, and we get like, I forget the highway that we're on. We're not on the main highway. We're on our way to the main highway, and we see like military driving in.
Yeah.
Like not the Coast Guard. What do you call those guys that are like
the
what do you call them?
Like the National Guard?
National Guard.
National Guard.
They're coming running in. We're like, wow, that's crazy. What's going on? You know what I mean? We're not like what's going on? And then we get to finally we're driving. It's night. You know, we're getting we get to a gas station, and there's we see on the TV at the gas station, there's just fucking fires and people going ballistic, and we're like, holy shit, this is like pre-cell phone. You know what I mean? Like, this is not. So I get to my buddies, and meanwhile, his mom doesn't know he went. He said he was going somewhere else, like for the weekend. I forgot, we were going camping or something. Yeah. We get there. Him and, again, his girlfriend are arguing in the basement, and I'm passed out on the couch, and his mom comes walking in. And I was like, hi, Sheila. And they're downstairs arguing, and she finds out that we went to Woodstock, and we all get kicked out of the house. Like, they're like, get out! And then he get fucking berated. He had to go to driving school in the morning, and then he got grounded for the summer. Yeah, it was ridiculous, dude. But Woodstock, it's like the night before was fucked up. The Woodstock itself was horrible, but I didn't have people were like, I mean, at one point we were crowd surfing and they were groping, but this is how fucked up I am. I'm like, you guys are fucking or more like. I was just like, it's just like my brain said. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna, if I could, I'd fuck you up. But
was there any part of it that was like really fun though? Or was it just a nightmare of a trip?
Well, it wasn't a nightmare. It was just kind of mundane to me now. I'm just kind of like, you know what? Like, I saw Counting Crows, and I was like, that was pretty cool. DMX, now, like, looking back, and I didn't say the N-bomb like the other whiteys. I'm going to tell you that right now, because I always was like, because I'll be real with you, when DMX first came out, I couldn't stand him. Because I was like, okay, thought there was no depth to him. Because I was a Tribe Called Quest bitch, and the Roots and all that stuff. So with him, I was just like, all of his songs were like,
you don't like the bark, dude?
It's a lot more barking.
Yeah, it was just like, and a lot of tools that listen to him, just like, all right, this guy. It's kind of like Eminem when he first came out. I couldn't stand him. I was just like, now I appreciate him. But when he first came out, I found him annoying because I hated Limp Bizkit, I hated Korn, I hated all those schmucks.
Eminem wasn't there, right?
Eminem wasn't there, which I was amazed by, which is weird because that would have been 99. That's prime Eminem, especially with Kid Rock. Kid Rock never could stand him. Annoying as shit.
Yeah.
He had the funniest part because I watched. It was funny because I watched that documentary before I knew that you were in it. And I remember the funniest part though is Kid Rock comes on stage and he goes, "All I want to say is that Monica Lewinsky's a hoe and Bill Clinton's a motherfucking pimp." And it's like, that's insane.
Yeah, I know.
And everybody went nuts. And I was like, man, what a fucking loser.
I know, seriously. Like, 99 to me was like the prime of just stupidity. Like, that's the beginning of the end of where we are now for me. And it's so funny because what I said, there's some things at the doc that I said that I don't think made it, because I was like, Britney Spears to me was the beginning of the end. Like 5 years before that, you had Nirvana playing in a gym, right? With it looks like Teen Spirit, and then 5 or 6 years later, you get this stupid bitch singing, "Hit Me Baby One More Time" in a gym. It was just like the same element, but totally different. And then it's like, You know, and that's the thing with Woodstock 99. It's like they looked, these boomers looked at the thing. It's like, oh, well, these are the pop charts. They didn't try to cultivate a thing. Like my buddy runs a great music festival called Floyd Music Festival, and they tried to like make, like you're making a comedy, a vibe. You know what I mean? And this was just like, okay, it was a cash grab. And these, like, if you look at Woodstock 90, like the original Woodstock 69, it was like they're a bunch of tools anyway. They all became, you know, yuppies. You know, it's like, shut up. You know, they
either died
or
they became yuppies, Reaganites. Who cares?
Woodstock 99, the fucking PR for young white dudes was so bad.
Right.
Like our PR guy was asleep at the wheel.
Right. And then I don't like what I
It is not a good
Wait, so how did you even get on the documentary?
So the way I got on the doc was there's this guy named Bob Lefsetz, and he is a I think almost famous Philip Seymour Hoffman who plays him. I think that's supposed to be based on him.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So he was a major journalist for the Rolling Stone back in the day. I was really big into. I wanted to work for Rolling Stone back in the day. I wanted to be. So I would read his chain letters. He wrote a bunch of chain letters, and they were talking about bringing back another Woodstock. This time with Jay-Z and all this stuff. I forget what year. It was recently. They're trying to do it.
2020 or something like that.
I forget. And I was hammered, of course. It was during COVID, and I'm reading this, and I'm like, these fucking assholes. I'm like, you guys are going to try to soup this up with some stale-ass bread because, you know, and this is this. And I told them about the night before that happened. I brought that into the letter. And then I forgot about it. I was like, all right, whatever. I got that off my chest.
Drunk fucking emailing.
Nice. And then all of a sudden, I get a I get a DM from the producer. And it was like, hey, we're doing this movie. We'd love to maybe interview to see if you want to do it. And I was like, all right, cool. So we set up a Zoom interview during COVID, you know? And he's like, I'm like, how'd you find me? They're like, well, we found your letter. And I was like, what letter? And he's like, the letter to Bob Lefsetz. You did a thing. It went around.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh, shit, that went around? I didn't know it went around. I didn't read it.
You should have put your credits in there.
We sifted through all the fucks and calling him a cunt. And really good stuff in here.
At the core, I mean, pretty good writing.
Yeah. So it was just like, they're like, so do you want to, like, they interview me, and they're like, we love you. We'd love to have you. And I said, okay, fine. But I'm like, if we're going to do this, I don't want to talk about the night before.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know what because I have trust issues with anything in film and TV related. Because I've done it for so long.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want my shit swayed. I want to do comedy. I don't want to come like, and this is the height of the Me Too and all that shit. And I'm like, I don't want to be involved with that shit. Okay.
Yeah.
This is my thing. That's it. So they're like, no problem. And they respected it. And then I did the interview, and so we do the interview, and they're asking questions like, do you blame Limp Bizkit for the music that they did? And I'm like, I don't blame them. They got hired to do what they do. What am I going to do? I mean, I hate the band. They suck. They can't play worth shit. But, like, I'm not going to fault them for coming there to be like, what am I going to do? They're going to come there and play Wagner? I mean, what are we going to do? So whatever. So there's some things, and then, I did my thing. And then at the end of the interview, they go, so Jess, let's talk about the night before. And I'm like, I told you I wasn't going to talk about that at all.
Spicy.
And so I got mad and I left. And then I DM'd him with that. I told you guys I didn't want to talk about that. If you add anything in that nature to that, I swear to God, I will. And I went off.
Yeah.
But they respected it from what I heard. I heard it was nice. Yeah. So they were
That's
shout
good.
out to them for, Did
you watch the documentary?
No.
You didn't? Interesting.
No.
So
I don't
you have
watch
no
anything I work
idea.
on.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
Did you like it?
I liked it. Yeah,
that's
I
cool.
did.
Yeah, I can't watch it. No.
Fuck, that's nuts.
No, you came off good in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, you
People
did.
told me I did. So I thank them for that and respecting that wish. And,
Do you use HBO? Was it HBO or
HBO
Netflix?
Max? I'll use it as a credit
You
every now and then.
use it? Fuck yeah, you should.
Yeah. I mean,
Hell
I feel
yeah.
weird because I didn't do stand up on it.
Why not? Who cares?
But I'd use
Gives
it
a
as
shit.
something. I know. But,
Fuck yeah. Well, dude, we just hit an hour. That's pretty
Did
much.
you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hope it was
Quick.
fun.
No,
That
it
was a lot
great.
of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
No, I'm glad I saved like talking
Hearing
to you
about
about that.
Yeah.
Until here.
I mean, I'm
'cause
sorry. I don't have any the major story that was the night before, and then the rest of it was just kind of a blur. And then getting the hell out of there was just.
No, but
like,
that shit's just wild because
That
like,
is crazy.
Yeah. It was just and that's what I'm saying. Like 94. If you look at 94's list, that's a fest.
a
bro.
better lineup.
Better?
Oh my God! Look
Yeah.
at the 94 real quick. Go look
Yeah,
at the
let's do it.
94.
While he's looking that up, I do
Yeah.
just want to say that all of your talk about how bad Limp Bizkit sucks is not the opinion of the Troublemakers podcast.
No.
Limp
Because you're
Bizkit actually
incels?
had
With
some
the
pretty.
pod, a bang, to bang, diggy,
Kid
diggy,
Rock,
diggy.
That's
You
Kid Rock,
fucking
you
dipshit.
loser.
Who knows,
Come on,
dude?
what are you
God, go
doing?
jump out of a window.
Yeah, listen.
94 is the shit. They have Nine Inch Nails.
I did it all for the nookie.
Did
He was like 50 years old. I think he probably did. He doesn't have any other songs.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He's horrible. And then they redid. I didn't even know they redid Behind Blue Eyes, which to me is ridiculous.
They redid George Michael's Faith.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. But
right,
Behind Blue
let's
Eyes
see.
is like the Who's. It's the God. Anyone who listens to that crap should just.
Oh, Cypress Hill was there?
Oh, I like in the they got like notable events from each day too. Okay, Peter Gabriel, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Bob Dylan, Spin Doctors,
Spin Doctors,
Yeah,
were there?
dude.
Traffic,
94.
the Allman Brothers Band, Sisters
hitters,
of Glory,
Yeah, look at that. Tribe Called Quest was there.
Santana,
Arrested Development. Did we say that already?
Green Day. That's pretty big.
And that's like Dookie Green Day, not Toolish Green
yeah,
Day.
that was day 3.
Joe Cocker was there.
Yeah, dude, they had some real fucking-
Blind Melon.
Nine
Dude,
Inch
look at that,
Nails,
dude.
Aerosmith,
Yeah.
Metallica, the band.
Aerosmith?
Oh, the band.
The band, dude.
Cran-
That's a hell of a lineup.
Cranberries, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, Cypress Hill, and then
I thought,
day 1.
I thought Nine Inch. Did you say Nine Inch Nails?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
And I thought Tribe Called Quest was there.
I'm not seeing them.
Oh, but what? I don't know. I just the '94 was the shit. I
Sheryl
thought
Crow,
It's a much better lineup.
a much better lineup. You know, that's what. But that's be
Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper. 99. That's why 99,
The
man.
Cranberries.
Love
Yeah.
the Cranberries. Love them. Love her. R.I.P. Dolores.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know she. I think drugs, dude.
Fuck.
I know.
Well, that'll get you.
Yeah, man. Let it linger.
That's why you can't do it after 50.
No, can't do it after 50, dude. No blow, no, yeah, you know. It's stuff. You know, I do love, Klonopin. You ever done Klonopin?
No.
That's a good one. Dude, Hilton Head, I partied down there a lot. I can come back here again and talk about that, too. That was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you back. But on the positive note of Dolores from the Cranberries dying,
Yeah.
Jess, where can everybody that's listening to the podcast find you?
My Instagram, JLev Comedy. Like, J-Lo, but JLev Comedy. And then, yeah,
Hell yeah.
that's all I got.
Raymond, give it
Make
to
sure
him.
to check out Jess Levin. You could find me on all my social media. I'm at Ray B Killing 'em. There I'm posting videos of stand-up and all my live dates and shit like that.
At Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, and at Troublemakers on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Thanks for all the new followers that we got and subscribers we got on YouTube.
Yeah, you doubled. That is awesome,
20,000, baby.
Good for you guys,
Give
man.
it,
Good
give
for
it
you,
a
Dylan.
fucking watch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, our episode's out every Wednesday. Go follow Jess. Thanks for listening, people, and we'll see you next week, baby. Good night.
Thank you.